Weaknesses tend to come to the surface when we haven't developed a certain amount of self-control and interfere with any good intention, all the focus, all the work that we do. It just corrupts it all. Welcome to another edition of the Bridges Bulletin. Let's get started. Hello, this is Dyann Bridges, creator of the Relator's Manual and coach for men. Today I'm going to be talking about how sometimes a weakness can become a strength. We've all had the experience of how a shortcoming can become a strength. So what are weaknesses? It could be that they are undeveloped sides of ourselves. A lot of this boils down to the maturing process and how much fear we continue to harbor. Weaknesses tend to come to the surface when we haven't developed a certain amount of self-control that allows the fear to rise to the surface and interfere with any good intention, all the focus, all the work that we do. It just corrupts it all. So let's take a look at the 4 areas of human processing, how we experience life. And it'll give you a sense of your tendencies and your dominant ways of experiencing life. So the first way would be, thinking and being analytical. But if you overanalyze, that can really get in the way. And then there's the emotional aspect of being human. A lot of people tend to take things very personally and get very emotional over smaller things. To consistently interact with someone who takes ordinary things as a slight gets in the way. And then you want to look at the physical things. What actually is physically happening? What do you do? What are your behaviors? What are your actions? How do you move through your world? Some people have a way where they sort of bash around and leave a mess, and they're kind of loud even when they're not saying anything. And other people, you can hardly hear them if they're in the same room. So how do you interact with the world on a daily basis? And then, of course, there's the intuitive or instinctive level. It's that unseen realm where something gets tapped or you feel like something is trying to get your attention, and you identify it as something that's not coming from your thinking. This is the instinctual level. Well, this is extremely subtle, but being crystal clear on what is a real intuitive message is very important. Sometimes instincts turn into suspicions, and that can cause problems. So now the whole point of this is to turn the weakness into a strength. The objective is to harmonize and channel these weaknesses constructively. The ultimate goal is to have values and motives which you adhere to. What are the most important things you desire for yourself in your life? What kind of man do you want to be? When you know what's really important to you, it'll be easier to allow weaknesses to dissipate or to redirect them into something that you really do value, something much more productive. The ancient Greeks had a word for the life force or the fiery nature of human beings, and it's called thumos, Thumos. Harnessing it and allowing it to be like a horse that you are riding and steering in the direction that you want can be the benefit. But you have to know what's important to you. So what this all boils down to then is identifying your weaknesses and then finding a more constructive, positive way to direct it. This is really important for your development as a man, and women will notice this. If you'd like more tips, please go to relatorsmanual.com. This is Dyann Bridges. I'm a coach for men. Thank you so much for listening, and have a very sensual day.